Hello everyone, I'm Subhojit Panda from OdissaTV.in presenting you today's news from Odisha. First the headlines. Chief Minister Naveen Patnaik elected uncontested as the President of Biju Janata Dal BJD for the 7th consecutive term. Congress begins Jagran Yatra from Sundargarh to highlight the failure of BJD government. Gangster Dhara Samanta brothers threaten media persons and cops. Odisha government to spend rupees 869 crores for the socio-economic development of the people in the mining affected villages. And a major fire breaks out at Samaleswari cotton mill in Patnagarh area of Balangir district, gutting cotton worth rupees 2.5 crore. Now the details. Chief Minister Naveen Patnaik on Sunday was elected uncontested as the President of Biju Janata Dal for the 7th consecutive term. The announcement was made by State Returning Officer SRO and former Minister Pratap Keshri Deb. Soon after the announcement, the Chief Minister extended greetings to the BJD workers of the state and asked the ministers to guide the workers of the party. Patnaik was the lone candidate to file nomination papers for the post. The nomination papers of the Chief Minister as the party president were submitted to the State Returning Officer SRO Pratap Keshri Deb by Parliamentary Affairs Minister Bikram Keshri Aruk. Surya Narayan Patra, Pratap Jena, Rajnikant Singh, Pradeep Panigrahi and Manas Madkami. The nomination papers of Naveen Patnaik was supported by 10 persons, including Cuttack District President Pratap Jena, Senior Leader S.N. Patra, Minister Pradeep Panigrahi and Angul District President Rajnikant Singh. The first meeting of the Executive Committee of the party after the organizational election will be convened on 28 February and the results will be declared formally. The organizational polls of the regional party were held in 5 phases. The process reached the final stage with the filing of nominations for the post of president. The BJD had appointed district returning officers or DROs for 32 organizational districts in December last year to start the process for party polls. DROs were appointed by State Returning Officer SRO and former Minister Pratap Keshri Deb.
National politics re बीजेडी रो गुरुत्व बढ़ी सबुठारु बड़ कथा हेउछि आम दल ओडिशावासी को आस्था और विश्वास हासिल करिछि। या हेउछि आमर श्रेष्ठ पुंजी ओडिशा प्रति होई आसुथिबा हिस्टोरिक नेग्लिजेंस विरोध रे आमर संग्राम लोकों को भीतरे आम दल प्रति आस्था वृद्धि करिछि। चाषी ठारू आरंभ करी श्रमिक महिला छात्र युवक आदिवासी दलित समस्तों पाई आमर कार्यक्रम सफल भाव रे आगे चली। साधारण लोकों को तारो हक देवा सहित तारो अधिकार रो सुरक्षा पाई मोर सरकार काम करिछि और करी चलिबे।
With the 4th phase remand of arrested criminal siblings, Sushil and Sushant Dhara Samanta ending on Sunday, the Commissionerate Police will produce the duo at the court of the Sub-Divisional Judicial Magistrate SDJM at CDA in Cuttack on Sunday. According to the sources, the police is unlikely to ask the court for a fresh remand of the dreaded gangsters. The police was granted to take the criminal brothers on a 5-day remand in the 4th phase to interrogate them about the involvement in the murder of Malgodown businessman Sheikh Farooq. Meanwhile, Commissionerate Police have seized 3 forged identity cards, including a PAN card bearing Sushil Dhara Samanta's photo but in the name of Sunil Patnaik, from the Metaphor Trans Corporation office in CDA. A fresh complaint in this regard has been filed against the duo with Markat Nagar Police Station. The D brothers were handcuffed and taken to the office on foot after conditional permission was granted to the Commissionerate Police by the Odisha High Court. In an attempt to highlight the failure of BJD government in probing the chit fund scam, stopping farmer suicides and implementing National Food Security Act NFSA properly in the state, the opposition Congress launched its Jagran Yatra from Sundargarh on Sunday. Besides, the opposition party also cornered the ruling BJD over the alleged links of its ministers and leaders with the arrested criminal brothers Sushil and Sushant Dhara Samanta. The yatra was flagged off from Karamdeha Square under Sabdega block and will culminate at the newly constructed Congress Bhavan at Adarsh Nagar here. The 7-kilometer-long Jagran Yatra was attended by OPCC President Prashad Harichandan, Leader of Opposition Narsingh Mishra, Odisha Congress co-in-charge Subhankar Sarkar, leaders and workers of the party.
आमे चाहूँ शांति, आमे चाहूँ मुक्ति, आमे चाहूँ प्रगति, आमे चाहूँ क्रांति। ओडिशा वासिंकर ये वार्ता आमे गाँ गाँ बुली ओडिशा वासिंक पाखरे पहुँचवा पे चाहूँचु एवं लोकों को सचेतन करिया पे उद्यम करुछु।
सेप्टेम्बर 10 तारिख रे चासी बंचा पदयात्रा आरंभ करथिले बरगढ़ जिल्लार देबाहाल रु अताबिरा पर्यंत ए पदयात्रा पश्चिम ओडिशा को केवल प्रभावित करि नथिला तमाम ओडिशा को प्रभावित करिथिला चासी मानक स्वार्थ पई ओडिशार हित पई एभली प्रभावित करिथिला तापरे बीजेडी बाध्य होई एठी चासी समावेश कले।
With the approval of the State Cabinet in the amendment of some provisions of the Odisha Protection of Interests of Depositors in Financial Establishments Act 2011, the Odisha government has decided to start the process of identifying the small investors allegedly duped by different Ponzi firms in the next 2 weeks. Informing the media on Saturday, Finance Minister Pradeep Amate said the process of identification of small investors would begin by 15th March. While Justice Madan Mohan Das Commission of Inquiry probing into the chit fund scam has received applications from 8.17 lakh investors, the database of these investors is being prepared by the OCAC. However, the opposition political parties have doubts in the announcement of the government to refund the money to the small investors. While 23 cases against 21 Ponzi firms are sub judice, the court has ordered confiscation of properties of 5 firms.
जो ओका को दिया दायित्व ताको लुमिनस इंफ्रा कंपनी को सॉफ्टवेयर डेवलपमेंट दायित्व दिया जाए से प्राय मार्च 15 सुधा चूड़ांत करने आशा करूँ जत्पर नास्ति चेष्टा करूँ जे संपूर्ण भाव में स्मॉल एंड जेन्युइन इन्वेस्टर्स दे शुड गेट द जस्टिस।
सारा प्रक्रियाटा को सरकार निजे बेसी गंडगोलिया कर सरकार निष्पत्ति संपूर्ण भाव एक बावड़ा निष्पत्ति जदि कमिशन गठन है तेज कमिशन को क्षमता दियो जो तुम निजे कर तेज कमिशन को संपूर्ण भाव उच्छेद करने ये प्रक्रियाटा को विलंबित करने मोर मन हो षड्यंत्र चक्रांत चली।
The Odisha Private Engineering College Association OPECA has welcomed the State Cabinet's approval to a proposal to amend the Biju Patnaik University of Technology BPUT Act 2002. As per the amendment proposal, Minister for Skill Development and Technical Education will be the Pro-Chancellor of BPUT. Besides, the term of the Vice-Chancellor VC will also be reduced to 3 years from 5 years. The Cabinet also approved that an OS officer not below the rank of Joint Secretary will be appointed as Registrar, while an OFS officer not below the rank of Joint Secretary will be the Finance Officer of the University. On Friday, the State Cabinet had approved 14 proposals, including amendment of Odisha Protection of Interests of Depositors and Financial Establishments Act 2011 to make the provisions more stringent.
जन भाइस चांसलर जदि भल काम कले नेक्स्ट 3 वर्ष पर से रिन्यूअल हो पारे तो भल काम न करेंगे भी सरकार बाहर कर पार ना बिकज 5 वर्ष अवधि थिला बोली तेणु आम आशा करूँ माने हो सारापर डेफिनेटली यूनिवर्सिटी जो टिके एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव लाकना रही डेफिनेटली सेटा इंप्रूव हम।
The Research and Analysis Wing RAW, in the course of its interrogation, has come to know that the 4 terrorists of Students Islamic Movement of India or SIMI had sent rupees 3 lakh to Tehrik-e-Taliban, a Pakistan-based terrorist outfit. The RAW officials, during interrogation of the 4 SIMI ultras who were arrested from Rourkela recently on Saturday, got the information that the 4 ultras used to collect money by looting banks and dacoity and used to send money to Tehrik-e-Taliban. It was also revealed that Mohammad Ejajuddin, one of the SIMI members, had recently gone to Bangladesh to extend the network of the gang. However, he was killed during encounter with the Andhra Pradesh police. Arrested Sushil Dharasamanta, one of the D brothers, on Saturday shouted at the media persons and tried to push cameras while being taken handcuffed to the commercial office of Metaphor Trans Corporation Private Limited located at CDA in Cuttack. According to the sources, after questioning during 4th round remand of the D brothers, the Commissioner Police came to know that at the office of Metaphor Trans Corporation several forged documents were hidden. The incident took place when the D brothers were being taken handcuffed to the office of the company by foot. Sushil shouted at the media cameras, while his elder brother Sushant shouted filthy languages. Meanwhile, the Commissionerate Police seized 3 forged identity cards, including a PAN card bearing Sushil Dholasamanta's photo with name mentioned at Sunil Patnaik. From the Metaphor Trans Corporation office, the sources added. The Odisha government will spend Rs 869 crore for the socio-economic development of the people in the mining-affected villages in the state. A decision to this effect was taken at a review meeting of the Odisha Mining Bearing Areas Development Corporation or OMBADC, presided over by Chief Secretary Aditya Prasad Padhi at the State Secretariat here on Saturday. Briefing newsmen after the meeting, Principal Secretary Forest and Environment Suresh Chandra Mahapatra said the meeting discussed the mode of utilization of the Mineral Bearing Areas Development Fund or MBADF. He said the concerned departments submitted their project reports at the meeting. It was decided that the Panchayati Raj department would take up construction of around 46,000 Pakka houses in 523 villages at a cost of Rs 350 crore. Of the 46,000 Pakka houses to be constructed, around 20,000 are in Keonjhar district and 8,000 are in Sundargarh. Construction of Pakka houses would begin simultaneously in all mining affected villages. The work would be undertaken at the block level by the block divisional officer, BDO and the junior engineer. The construction of these Pakka houses would be made in line with the schemes and components under the Biju Pakka Ghara Yojana or BPGY.
पंचायती राज डिपार्टमेंट थ्रू रे पक्का घर सब तैयारी करा जिवो माइंस पाखरे जो माने रहउचंती सब गाँव में पक्का घर कर प्राय 46,000 पक्का हाउसेस तैयारी हम 46,000 घर 523टा विलेज से आइडेंटिफाई कराई पंचायती राज डिपार्टमेंट तरफ घर तैयारी करने प्राय 350 कोटी टंका खर्च करा छड़ा पाइप वाटर सप्लाई करने RWSS तरफ से माने बहुत बड़ पाइप वाटर स्कीम सब कर प्राय 350 कोटी टंका खर्च करा एवं प्लांटेशन एक्टिविटी अराउंड 20 crores खर्च कर तेणु जिते घर तैयारी हम बर्तमान डिसाइड कराई माननीय मुख्यमंत्री इंस्ट्रक्शन देइचंती नेक्स्ट अगस्त मास भितर सबू पक्का घर कंप्लीट करा जिवो.
A major fire broke out at the Samaleswari cotton mill in Patnagarh area of Balangir district on Friday night, gutting cotton worth Rs 2.5 crore. According to the sources, the fire broke out in the factory situated in Chachera Bengo under Belpada block late on Friday night. Around 220 tons of cotton stored in the mill were reduced to ashes. The market value of the cotton destroyed in fire has been pegged at Rs 2.5 crore. The Belpada fire tending officials rushed to the spot and brought the blaze under control. However, the reason behind the fire is yet to be ascertained. No casualties were reported in the incident.
एमती लागला तो आम कही पार नहीं आमको 10:45 साढ़े इनके खबर आसिक डाकी कर नेले आम गला वाला भयंकर निया जलुते से तब आम सांग सांग गाड़ी पिट करी तार ऊपर पानी पका आरंभ कलु 2-4 घंटा परिश्रम कला निआटा पूरा संपूर्ण भाव आयत के आसी जाइला तमाम स्थिति बोले आउ हेंती चांस नहीं कौन सी आड़े निया व्यापीबा.
Before wrapping up the news headlines once again, Chief Minister Naveen Patnaik elected uncontested as the president of Biju Janata Dal BJD for the 7th consecutive term. Congress begins Jagran Yatra from Sundargarh to highlight the failure of BJD government. Gangster Dholasamanta brothers threaten media persons and cops. Odisha government to spend Rs 869 crore for the socio-economic development of the people in the mining affected villages. And a major fire breaks out at Samaleswari cotton mill in Patnagarh area of Balangir district, gutting cotton worth Rs 2.5 crore. That's all for today. Thanks for watching.